Hey there once again, folks. Welcome to another Train Sim World free live stream. Bit of a surprise on the streaming side of things, because I had a late change of plans. I was originally going to do a stream on another German route, Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Aachen, but I decided I enjoyed the DBBR 101 stream so much, the driving marathon, I decided to continue that. Now you may be thinking, how is that possible? You did a stream yesterday on pretty much all of the German routes that you could conduct a service with the DBBR 101. Yes, that is true, but there are some routes where little pockets of separate type of services exist, so that's what I'm going to be doing in this stream. So we're not going to be doing any runs on Bremen-Oldenburg. We're also not going to be doing any runs on Hamburg-Lübeck or where's the other one? Curl-Aachen either. So it's only going to be, I think, 3 routes. So Kassel, Würzburg, Hauptstrecke Rhein, Ruhr, and Nahverkehr Dresden. So let's start with Kassel, Würzburg. Pick the 101, and we're going to do not a full length run, not a full length run of the route, because I tried that yesterday and it ended in failure. We're going to do this service, which will go from Kassel to Fluder. Today is indeed the 1st of May. Put the weather on clear, and let's get started. The loading screens are still broken. Excellent. Living up to my expectations. Hey, Liam. Hope you're well. No, not because I failed. This is purely a different type of service. It starts at the locations are similar, but obviously the type of journey is different. We're not going from one side of the route to the other. We're stopping about halfway through. So that's the idea. We're going to look at some of the smaller services instead of the big long ones. I mean, going from Kassel to Fluder is still quite time consuming. Right, here we are in the cab. Rest assured, once I've finished this little marathon with the DBBR 101, normal service will be resumed on the streaming side.
Störung.
Let's turn the lights on and the CIFA and sit back in the driving seat. So here's the 101 again. What's at the rear? I want to see what's at the rear this time. Anything at the rear? No 101 at the rear this time. So this is where it's going to. Well, I think it's that's where it's come from. Hamburg, Altona, and I think it's going to Karlsruhe. I think. I'll just wait a few seconds before we can close the doors and set off.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Okie doke. What I could also guarantee is that this stream will be significantly shorter than the previous stream. Alright, let's go to our one and only stop, which is Fluda. And that is exactly 86 kilometers away. Very soon I will activate the AFB cruise control system. Hey Banana Craft, hope you're well. Liam, kind of strange seeing you twice in one day, and yes, I haven't slept yet. I've been too active to fall asleep. Well, I've been very active today. I went over to one of my mum's friends' houses to do some work in their garden. Nice weather to do it in. A lot of work on my hands and knees, and certainly my fingers are aching from having a fight with all the 4D weeds and all that stuff. Right, let's put on the AFB control system. Now we can apply the throttle at full power. I can actually put the AFB to maximum, because there's no chance we're going to reach well, we might reach 160. We should be fine. Speed limit wise, we do have a slight uphill gradient coming up anyway. Hey Sub-Zero Scorpion, nice to see you, hope you're well. Oh yeah, hope you had a good birthday, Banana Craft. Hope you had a lovely birthday weekend with your family and friends. I was actually going to do 2 runs on Kassel, Würzburg, but I thought no. One run on Kassel, Würzburg today is enough. Here's a question for you. I'm not sure. I should know this really off the top of my head, but I don't. Can you do AFB on the freight stuff on Kassel Würzburg? I have a funny feeling you can't. That just might be me thinking that you can't. Maybe you can. I don't know. But it's quite nice that you get 2 sides of this route, the types of operation. Like daytime it's mainly the intercity, passenger, express, and then nighttime it completely changes to being where freight rules the rails. The annoying thing is that it is at night, and the night lighting isn't exactly ideal, but I think it's hard to get night lighting right in games. So we're due into Fluder at roughly 9:35 in the AM. I mean, judging by just leaving the AFB on this train for pretty much most of the entire journey yesterday, you will arrive in your station, you know, comfortably early. So expect a long waiting time at the station. Because even though looking at, you know, 200 kilometers per hour is quite slow, it does eat up the miles. That's for sure. Oh, it's great, Banana Craft. Awesome. Sub-Zero Scorpion, do you know how to use the ICE train on the Northeast Corridor? We can't use it in the timetable, but you can use it on the Northeast Corridor through the scenario planner. So all you need to do is just create like a route journey on NEC, pick the train you want, and then through a section of the scenario planner called Off the Rails, then yeah, you can do a full length run or a short little run on the Northeast Corridor with any of the ICE trains. Me personally, I'm not very interested in that kind of thing. Not enough meat to the bones, so to speak. Scenario planner has hardly changed. I don't think it had any new features in Train Sim World 3. Thank you, Liam. Thank you for searching it. It just interested me because I remember I did a freight service on Kassel, Würzburg with the Dispolog BR182, and I remember very clearly that I didn't use AFB, but I can't remember the reason why I didn't use it. Whether I just couldn't be bothered, or you can't, or maybe you couldn't actually use it. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Because obviously freight on Kassel Würzburg takes a long time, and also a very good reason for that is that passenger activities dictate the timetable. Even at night time, there are some passenger services scuttling around. Not many, as you have in the daytime, but there's still some around, so you will occasionally have to stop in a siding, or you know, you're ending up behind a, I suppose, a slow-ish passenger train at night time, so you encounter a few red signals, and yeah, so it does take quite a long time. It's also, you know, freight is heavier, so the speed is lower as a result. I think that's regardless if you have the AFB or not. I'm not sure if 200 km/h operation in speed limit includes freight as well. I think freight must be way slower. Yeah, but I can assure you that I'm not planning to do a 4-hour plus stream in the not too distant future. Mentally killed me last night. Not because it was boring, but because, you know, particularly on Kassel Würzburg, you know, just looking down the same track, the same scenery, going across the same bridges and the same tunnels over and over again, the same speed. You know, I admire the long routes, but you know, when you whack on the cruise control, well, it certainly helps from a streaming perspective, because I can, you know, have a sip of tea, I can look at the phone, I can read, you know, I won't have to worry about signals anytime soon. But it takes away, you know, the element of challenge, which is why I don't use the AFB all that often, because then you're constantly engaged with the machine you're driving. So yeah, you can get distracted and get a bit bored of the Kassel Würzburg route with AFB, more so with the 101 than the ICE express trains. Yeah, pretty much. Banana Craft, it's TSW 2.0. That's literally what it is. I could easily change, you know, the title of a Stream to Train Sim World 2 live stream, stick it on one of the old Train Sim World 2s, like Boston's Providence, and yeah, people wouldn't even batter an eyelid, you know, thinking it was Train Sim World 3, or thinking it was any different to Train Sim World 2. Only the lighting could be the main difference. Or the Amtrak seller, of course. We've got just over 50 kilometers to go until Fluda. Oh, okay. Right, I see, Liam. It says in all locos, so I assume you can... No, I don't think it will change. No, it shouldn't change. I'll have a little test on that after the stream is over today. Yeah, that is a good point, Banana Craft. You know, looking at even the graphics of the game, you know, it hasn't really changed that much, and only the lighting on the newer Train Sim World routes is a bit different, you know, from, you know, in seeing it in the flesh. On a screen, obviously, it can be a bit different due to, you know, how bright your screen is, how sharp your display is, and, you know, so I do agree with you in that sense, and that is something I haven't really thought about, so that is a good point. And obviously when YouTube renders the stream, you know, processes it, or, you know, when it goes through its compression, when uploading a stream or video, you know, obviously the graphics are going to be very different on the YouTube than it is when you're playing it in the flesh on the TV, so... I mean, you can get the graphics looking as crisp as you can in, I don't know, different editing formats or programs when recording, you know, different recording methods of gameplay. You can make it as fresh as you can, but, you know, seeing it in the flesh, it can never be as crisp, the graphics, on a video. Hey James Moore, nice to see you, hope you're well. Liam, the first railway built in Great Britain to use steam locomotives for the Stockton and Darlington opened in 1825. He used a steam locomotive built by George Stephenson, that is right, and was practical only for hauling minerals. The Liverpool and Manchester Railway, which opened in 1830, was the first modern railroad or railway. James Moore, Flying Scotsman is coming soon. What, to where you live? Is that what you mean? I know Flying Scotsman is on a centenary tour across the country. I think recently it went down to where did it go? Was it Cornwall? I think it went to Cornwall. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think Flying Scotsman went to the West Country this bank holiday weekend. Just gone. It's weird, you know. We have, how many bank holidays have we got in May? 1? Is it 3? Is it 4? I think it's 3, isn't it? It's a lot of bank holidays. Good for the kids at school, isn't it? Of course, the coronation is this weekend. Might have to do a stream on something British to reflect that. Free bank holidays, that's right, but on the graph, yeah. Thought it was in the region of 3 to 4. Liam went through the southwest yesterday, I thought it was, right. Opened in 1863, the Metropolitan Railway between Paddington and Farringdon was the first urban underground railway in the world. Who would have thought that? Wow. Banana Craft today, next week, and then last week of May, so all good fun this month for bank holidays. Indeed it is. Early and free bank holidays in May. Next is the coronation, then on the 29th. That is right. It is a very unique May. Probably the only May I will experience where we have free bank holidays. We've got just under 35 kilometers to go until Fruda. Yeah, but imagine, James Moore, you are pretty excited to see the Flying Scotsman. I mean, I presume you're going to go and try and see it. I've always wanted to see the Flying Scotsman in the flesh, but so does a lot of people. Yeah, Flying Scotsman, 100 years. Unbelievable. I went on the website of the National Railway Museum for the event schedule of the Flying Scotsman, and the amount of stuff that's coming up is just crazy. Flying Scotsman will be working overtime. It worked so hard it will probably need another major overhaul soon. But the Flying Scotsman is, to this day, you know, one of the icons of British engineering, I suppose. You know, it's up there with Concorde or the Titanic. An icon, it certainly is. Liam, my partner still has to work on them days as they are departure days to the hotel, so she works. So I'll be on my own again, just like today. Alright, fair enough. Means you get to do things that you want to do. Play a game, or I don't know, go play football, or I don't know, mess around with your cars in the garage or something. I would. And I was today messing around in the garden. Ripping up weeds and cutting back grass. I couldn't believe how much work had to be done. It was ridiculous. I was there from 10. Yeah, left the house at 10 o'clock. Pretty much did some work in the garden till about 12:30. Had lunch and then carried on until about 3:15. So got a fair bit of work done. Liam, King Charles be like, we need to stop the Scotsman. He shouldn't be running. It has had its time. Now let's let it rest and protect the world. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if Flying Scotsman is actually using some sort of eco-friendly coal or green coal or whatever it's called. You would think that the world's most famous steam locomotive would, well, certainly be setting an example by using some sort of environmentally friendly coal or something like that. Craft has seen the Flying Scotsman when it was being overhauled, and the Mallard too, very nice, with all 5 of its sisters together for the first time. Excuse me. Wow, what a sight that must have been. That must have been a very rare sight indeed. Banana Craft, I'm a little bit annoyed. In fact, they have part of Titanic from the ship, but it's in Las Vegas and not back home where it's built. A part of Titanic, blimey. What on earth did they pick up? Like I don't know, a funnel or something? An anchor or something? A propeller? The Titanic is rotting at the bottom of the sea at the moment. It's eroding away. Very soon the speed will reduce. Not too far now from Fluda. Just yet. Oh, some nice landscape there on the left. When the scenery is loaded in, of course. It looks nice though. I think upon entering that tunnel I just saw a bit of vegetation sneak through the ceiling of the tunnel. Liam, the Flying Scotsman apparently required a big change in the way that the train was fuelled. Oh, right. Gone were the days of coal and water. Instead, the locomotives needed fueling with 900 imperial gallons of diesel fuel. Wow. diesel fuel. Wow, I never knew that. Shocked by that. To reach full capacity. Well, I never. Banana craft, they put part of B or B deck hull with 2 portholes with glass still in them. Wow. That's a huge chunk then. Part of B deck, wow. You know, Titanic, I don't know much about Titanic. The only bit I know about Titanic is watching the film. That's about it. I don't know much about the engineering side of things, or very, very fine, small details. I'm not an obsessed fan of Titanic. But the film was good though. Music was quite good as well. Nice hot chocolate sitting next to me on the right hand side. Today's been quite a warm day. It was the first time I woke up this morning and I felt, wow, it's actually reasonably warm outside. You know, I know it's not extremely warm, I mean 14 degrees, but it felt very warm in the sun today. It was nice. Nice to do some gardening outside in the dry, and it's reasonably warm as well. I need to load up on the throttle just yet. I wonder what is the longest tunnel on Kassel Würzburg. That must be hard to predict, because I presume every tunnel then feels like forever. I think the tunnel we're in now probably is the longest. It feels like it. There's the tunnel. Right. Gonna mess up like I did yesterday when screaming into the station. No sorry, not this time. Better.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Just got a notification from Train Sim World saying about the spring May sale on PlayStation.
Zugbeeinflussung.
There's a Talent 2 on the left hand side.
Zugbeeinflussung. Höhefreigabe. Höhefreigabe. Höhefreigabe.
Just cruise to the towards the end of the platform, and then I'll apply the brakes.
Zugbeeinflussung.
I think that'll do. That'll do very nicely. Alright, journey's end for Kassel, Würzburg. Which is nice. I didn't do that in the previous part of 101 marathon. Thankfully I was able to achieve that second time round. Once again, as I did in the previous live stream of the DBBR 101 marathon, I will put time codes in the description for the routes that for the different route journeys I use with the DBBR 101. So if there's a particular favourite German route that is featured in this particular live stream, you'll be able to find that within the time codes. Alright, so that's Kassel, Würzburg done. So let's get on to the second one. Hey Valentino Collins, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Banana Craft steam trains were pretty green, as it's mostly water. If you burn wood, like USA trains did, then they are a bit of a diesel. That's true. Makes you think, why did we go to diesel in the first place? Liam, all I know about Titanic is that there was an iceberg during the night, and it got hit and took the whole thing down and the ship sunk. Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much Titanic in a nutshell. The rarest train in the world is the Fairy Queen. Is that the rarest train? What is the Fairy Queen? I've never heard of it. I've heard of the Mary Queen of Scots, but not the Fairy Queen. Banana Craft, and also some sort of fun fact: steam trains are stronger than diesel for some things, but diesels are better in other places. That's true. There are some peaks and troughs. Oh, glad you're well there, Valentino Collins. That is good to hear. Anyway, let's get on to the next part. We're not going to Bremen-Oldenburg. We're not even going to Hamburg-Lübeck. We are revisiting Hauptstrecke Rhein. Could do a nice little 13-minute-ish run, intercity service from Essen to Duisburg. Put it in clear again. Actually, no, let's chuck some rain on it. Why not? I can have a sip of my hot chocolate while I'm at it. Very nice. Alright, so a 9-coach train this time. Let's sort out the brightness on the dials and the indicators. Ooh, that made a noise. So turn the lights on and put the cipher on as well. Excellent. A fair bit of action here. Got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Make that with us 5 services. Not bad at all.
Vorgang eingeleitet.
Okay, let's head to our one and only stop, which is Duisburg Hauptbahnhof.
Zugbeeinflussung.
Lovely. Liam, the Landrücken Tunnel is a railway tunnel on the Hanover to Würzburg high-speed rail line with a length of 10,779 meters. It is the longest tunnel. Right. Now I've got to find out which tunnel is that tunnel. Liam, here are London tube stops with the weirdest names. Swiss Cottage. What's London got to do with Switzerland? I hear you cry. Covent Garden. Right. This one's always interesting because people always get their name wrong. It's Covent, not Convent. Elephant and Castle again. Angel, Barbican, Maida Vale, Cockfosters, and East India. Really? People get some of those names wrong? Really?
Zugbeeinflussung.
Right, we're due into Duisburg Hauptbahnhof at 11:07 a.m. just over 10 kilometers away. The station. Liam, the Fairy Queen, also known as the East Indian Railway number 22, is a steam locomotive which was built in 1855. It was restored by the local works Perambur, Chennai in 1997 and housed at the Rewari Railway Heritage Museum. Oh, that's an interesting one.
Zugbeeinflussung.
I've got a speed limit of 100 kilometers per hour coming up.
Zugbeeinflussung.
So now I think is a good time to get on the brakes. Right, I'll say the usual YouTube shenanigans. If you did enjoy this stream, then feel free to hit the like button below. This stream will also be uploaded to the channel and also put in a specific Train Sim World streams playlist. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Well, we have a speed limit coming up of 140 kilometers per hour. Make that 150. Valentino Collins, when will the stream be done? I'd like to say hopefully not much longer before it will be finished. It's not going to be a very, very long stream compared to yesterday's stream. Yesterday's stream was way too long. This one will be way less than 4 hours, I can assure you. No, I haven't been on a craft. I haven't seen someone grilling a cheese sandwich using a shovel in the firebox. I will have to watch that now. Oh, you said it. It sounds very funny. Must have some interesting results. Wonder if it tasted any better. Liam, the deeper station in Hempstead on the Northern Line, it runs down to 58.5 metres, 15 in central London. The deeper station below street level is also the Northern Line. It is the DLR concourse at Bank, which is 41.4 metres below. Wow. Opening in 1979, the Jubilee Line today began life as a branch of the Metropolitan Railway in 1932 before being transferred to the Bakerloo Line in the 1930s. As a branch line, wow. Banana Craft, he also cooked ribs in the smoke box at the front of the train too once. What? That's crazy. Jubilee Line is the youngest line on the underground network before the opening of the Elizabeth Line in 2018. That is correct. Yeah, you're right, Banana Craft. It is kind of young and kind of old at the same time. Maybe it's middle-aged. We could call it like that. Well, not too far from Duisburg. Alright, Duisburg Station. Ahead of schedule, which is good. So far so good, been pretty smooth.
Zugbeeinflussung. Kühlfreigabe. Kühlfreigabe.
I was about to turn the wipers off, but there was no need, as we'll be back out in the pouring rain.
Zugbeeinflussung.
And that should be about the right place to stop. There we are. Here we are at Duisburg, Hauptbahnhof. Banana Craft, well, it says it came out okay, but it didn't go so well when it was moving, as it pulled it into the firebox. Oh no. Let's put it this way. I won't be cooking the sandwich in a firebox of a steam engine, that's for sure. It'll certainly cook it.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
There we go. That took me just over 14 minutes. Got a gold. Excellent. Right, let's return to the menu and start what I think is the final service. So, yeah. This stream really isn't as long as the first part of this DBBR 101 marathon. Okay. Yeah, the next one and the final one is Nahverkehr Dresden, with the shortest journey of them all, which is literally 5 minutes. Drive this intercity service bound for Warren, that place, yeah, Warren Muda. Bound there from Dresden to Dresden-Neustadt. Okie doke. Really? Banana Craft cooking bread smells rather nice. Not going to say I'm going to try that. I like homemade bread. Homemade bread is quite nice.
Störung.
Right, let's turn on the lights one more time. So we have a 1-on-1 in my game. We'll need a good long rest. Could very well be the most. It could be the train in my profile was having the most amount of mileage. Wouldn't be at all surprised. Once again, we're on the upper platforms of Nahverkehr Dresden. That's the lower platforms below. Okay, let's lock the doors.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
Just want to look at the destination display quickly. Dresden Neustadt twice, okay. And it's going to Rostock Hauptbahnhof. Interesting. Alright, let's rock and roll to our one and only stop, which is Dresden Neustadt. Some of those train lights are not on. They look like they're on, and then at the same time they look like they're kind of not on. Very bizarre. I was having that same problem yesterday when I was looking at the exterior of the train. The interior lighting was off, even though the switch said it was on. So that might be a bug, which is irritating. Banana Craft Heiss is the channel, has some pretty good videos on there. Also one on different couples too as well. So cooking different things on the train. Yeah, you could have a master chef on the steam train. That's a challenge for the world's top chefs, celebrity chefs. That'll be interesting. That will throw a spanner in the works. Gordon Ramsay will blow a fuse. Liam, you know when I revved my mate's banger last night at like midnight or today I got a noise complaint. Did you really get a noise complaint? I mean, I don't know how loud it is, so I imagine, what is it, like a big old V8 or something? Big old supercharged V8 or something. Unless it has a massively tuned exhaust or something.
Zugbeeinflussung.
And straight ahead is Dresden Neustadt. Journey's end and where this stream will end. So a quite nice, quick little stream concluding the DPBR 101 marathon.
Zugbeeinflussung. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe. Türfreigabe.
And a freight train just going by. And there we are, ladies and gents. Oh, two services on the left-hand side there. A couple of regional express services, I think. Or maybe an S-Bahn. Right, let's get in a cab and lock the doors.
Schließvorgang eingeleitet.
There we are. I'll get a gold, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I did. Liam has got a V6 engine with no exhaust. We have one of the customers as well, which is a V10 American. Oh, a V10. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I would be careful, Banana Craft, when putting your hands on a steam train. You probably get the biggest burn on your hands you can ever see. Big old bruise. But yeah, there we are. That concludes this little short stream concluding the DBBR 101 marathon. If you did enjoy it, then I'd appreciate it if you would consider liking the stream or subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. The next stream will be this Sunday on the 7th of May 2023. What I will be streaming on, it's either going to be something German or something British. What I have planned, I have no idea. So I'll have to debate long and hard as to what I will stream on next. But yeah, I hope you can catch me then for some more fun on Train Sim World 3. So I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.